Hello, and welcome back to DaddeeCraft, or if you're joining us for the first time, thanks for joining us. I'm the Hobo Gamer, and I'm starting out in Dash's house here. A creeper blew me up while I was hanging out. I was AFK, that's away from keyboard for those of you that don't know. I was AFK there in the corner behind the fence. I thought I was pretty safe, but as I had my eye turned away, I just heard boom, and a creeper got me over here. And I had to rebuild Dash's place for her. And while I was at it, that wall that she was putting in over here, I just finished it up. And now she has an expanded house. So I think it looks pretty special. Speaking of special, we've got the Notch house here, or Dash is calling it the Blue House. So I guess that's what we'll call it from now on. But this is my tribute to Notch. Of course, he hails from Sweden, so we've got the colors there. And we've been using this as a cafeteria. We eat inside. We've got a little smoker in there, a little setup, and we're using that as our place to go for food now. I'll come around, show you a little better angle here. I've got to close that gate. So the thing I like most about this is I changed the roof around as well, but I wanted to get kind of that feel throughout the whole thing. It's still the glass house, but I do like the stained colors better. I think it makes it really jump out, and I thought it gives a little nice fantasy touch to the world, kind of, but you could see this in real life. I mean, I've seen things like it in real life, so yeah. Beautiful moonlight there. I'm trying out a different recording style now. I've written a couple of actual scripts for this episode, but I kind of wanted to go more off the cuff after I showed you around our new additions here. We also have been working on the back here. I'm trying to get a room for a enchanting table. If you saw, I had temporarily turned my living room in my house, my base there. I turned it into an enchanting room because I needed some place, and I was running out of room, so it was the best option. But now we're going to try down here to build an enchanting room, and we've got the shortcuts here, a little patio I made. Yeah, here's the new stone. I think I showed you a little bit of this in the last episode, but it was during my story time, so I didn't get to talk about it. We've got a bathroom in here. I got rid of all the granite. It didn't look good in that large quantity. I need to learn how to build with it and experiment with it more. I mean, I really do think I've heard a lot of good Minecraft players talk about building in my YouTube searches. And they all say there are no bad blocks. So I really do think so. It's just a matter of some are easier to work with than others, and you need to figure that out. That's part of the challenge of the art of the game. I did create a storage room down here that I've been expanding slowly, just as we get more stuff. And then we've got our stairway outside to the skyscraper, which I am now replacing the cobblestone with quartz, which is a very hard block to get in the nether. So I got to go mine for more of that as we speak, so I can do more work on it. I'll be back with story time in a little bit and give you a tour of any updates we've made. Hello, I'm the Hobo Gamer, and I'm back to tell you my story for the week. What I wanted to tackle this week was a story about something that people who have lived in an RV and boondocking, which means basically parking on the side of the street for the night, or living in your vehicle, have probably experienced. That's something called the move along. So I was in an area down the street from that hotel I originally stayed at when I came to town, and it was an area that was an industrial area, but on the other side it was close to the backs of houses. So it was kind of a half industrial area, half residential. Now the actual law says that you have to be a certain number of feet away from the houses, so I had eyeballed the distance and figured that it was still a legal area to park an oversized vehicle in, because that's how they manage the homeless in the city I reside in, is by keeping any vehicle that basically measures to RV specification away from residential areas. So I stick to industrial areas, and I've had pretty good luck doing that. Now this area that I was in that night, it had been fine for months. I had been working down in one part of the town that doesn't allow parking pretty much for anybody who doesn't have residential, and then driving back at night to stay the night and get some sleep and then go back to work. So I had been doing this for a while, and one night I came back after work and I noticed there was a couple more RVs than normal. And then a couple days later, I noticed there were more. Until finally I came home from work one day and there were people barbecuing on the sidewalk and claiming the sidewalk as their own place. Now, one of the things I try to do is be respectful of my area, because when I'm trying to find a place to sleep, I'm just looking to sleep for the night and then wake up and get back to work in the morning. So one of the things that I try to do is keep a low profile. One of the worst things that people can do is throw trash out the window, claim the sidewalk as yours, keep furniture out there, keep propane tanks out there, etc. That way you, as my friend affectionately puts it, burn the spot. If you do that, because you end up creating a nuisance, a public nuisance, and then you get moved along. Or they pass laws which make it even harder for your life. So you really want to respect the place you are. I had a feeling when I came home to the barbecue that I was going to get moved along soon. And sure enough, that night, I was planning on finding another spot the next day, but that night I get a knock on my door and it's the police, and I go out and open the window, and I'm respectful, and the police officer looked so guilt-ridden for having to tell me this, but he said, "I'm really sorry. I just have to let you know that there's been some complaints by the residents around here, and they don't want any RVs on the street. It's technically not an oversized vehicle street, etc." He was really nice, I remember, because he said, do you have a safe place you can go to? And I told him yes, I did. I had been scoping out the area, and I knew other streets that were fully industrial, and everything was going to be fine for me. So I just drove down the street and went back to sleep. Dash built this place, by the way. But, I just wanted to talk about that. That's one of the things you have to consider if you're in this position, is, don't burn the spot, not only for yourself, but for somebody else, because, that wreaks havoc on everything. Anyway, I want to transition over to the Patreon part of the episode, and here we are, and I'm wearing my special diamond armor that we've been mining for. Don't have enough levels for enchanting the chest plate yet, but I'm still wearing it anyway. We need to build a spot to put the Patreon book, the Book of Patreon, as I've been calling it. We have our first donor, and I'm very happy and excited about it. And I found a spot over here, just on the opposite side of the hill from the farm. I still need Dash to get us a name for the farm. I haven't figured that out yet. But I'm going to build a place to put the book. Right here is where it's going to go, and I'll be back to show it to you. I am super excited to present to you the Book of Patreon. We have it here on the pedestal here that we built, and our first contributor is Andreas Ascanio. Thank you so much, Andreas. I really appreciate your support, and I'm excited to be able to build this to house the Book of Patreon, which you are the first entry into. And that's going to bring us to the end of the episode. I am very excited about our new Book of Patreon stand here. I will be expanding to it as we come back to add more names to it. And thanks for watching this far. I hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful week, and a wonderful month. It is leap year now, so enjoy that extra day in February. And thank you for watching DaddeeCraft. I'll see you next time. Stay kind to each other.
Even when I'm sleeping, I can see the flashing on the screen.